Hello friends, thanks for tuning in and welcome to another video of Stuff Simplified. I know normally I do Godot tutorials, but I had a friend ask me about free video editing software, and I am no expert, so everything that I show you is just kind of like stuff for dummies. And one of the programs that I like to use, really the only one that my computer can handle because my computer is crap, is Shotcut. And it's really straightforward, very simple, but yet has some nice, powerful features. Now, I will apologize in advance if this video gets a little bit glitchy or laggy. I've never tried recording with OBS Studio and running Shotcut at the same time. So if things start to slow down a bit, you'll understand why. So be warned. So anyway, here is Shotcut. It's a free program. Just go to shotcut.org to download it. And there are plenty of YouTube tutorials out there in the ether that are probably way better than this video. So hopefully I can just present things really quick and simplified for everybody. But we're just going to look at how to layer a couple of videos together, use Chroma key to show the one video kind of on the background of the other video, and maybe even edit some sound in there. So here is a new project that I have already set up, and just disregard this right here. I tried running this earlier, and that's why we have something in the screen. Normally this would be blank, this little fiery thing. It's just sort of a relic from something I imported. Now what I like to do is just come over to the playlist pane over here, and from there you can drag and drop all of your different bits and pieces that you want to string together in a video. It could be video footage, but it could also be images. It could even be just music, anything, GIF files, what have you. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to drag in here is this fiery background. And that's what this video was playing here. Usually when you first drag something into a playlist, then it'll automatically start playing over here in this preview pane. And then we're going to drag and drop this other video I found of a man running toward the camera on a green screen. And that should be kind of cool to see with the fiery background. Or it might look like crap, but it'll work for the video. And finally, I'm going to drag this other video that I grabbed off of YouTube. It's just a video of, it's just a music video, just music from an anime series. This is one of my favorite tunes called Destiny. Now we're not going to actually use the video. I dragged this over because we're going to use the audio from it. So let's start with that. That's pretty simple. So I'm just going to drag this down here into the workspace. And so here we have our video that I grabbed from YouTube. Pretty cool. You can see down here in the bottom part of this is a, oops, trying to, let's see, yeah, there we go. Shift and rolling the mouse will make these tracks look a little thicker, so you can see. Control and rolling the mouse kind of zooms in and out on the timeline of that track. Or you could drag the slider here for zooming into the timeline. But anyway, so you see the top part is just blank. That's the video part of the track. And then the bottom half is the audio. You can see all the sound waves there. So we're going to use this epic music here in the beginning for our man running away from the fire in our little project here. Now, this is pretty cool. All I need to do is just come over here and right-click on this track, and I can say, let's see, where is it? I'm looking here. Oh, fiddlesticks. Where is it? There should be an option, and I'm not seeing it. Hold on. Oh, maybe I have to do it over here. Yeah, here we go. Detach audio. So if I click, yeah, so anyway, I told you wrong in the beginning. Don't click over here at the end of the track. Click actually in the track itself, and then we click on detach audio. And now the audio track is just an audio track by itself, and the video is separate. We're not going to use the video, so we'll just go ahead and remove track. And so now here we have our audio for our video. I'm going to click on this little menu button right here and go up to add video track. And now I'm going to click on the video that I want to drag. It's weird, I can't just click a video that's not selected and then drag, because it will automatically drag whatever the other video was that was selected. So anyway, you have to click on what you intend to drag. So I'm going to drag this into our new video track. It's just a short video. And then I'm going to click here, and we're going to add video track again. So now we'll have 3 tracks. I'm going to go ahead and shrink these guys down a little bit so we can see everything all at once. And here's our guy that's running. So we're going to go ahead and drag that in here. Don't worry if it doesn't line up when you drag it in. You can change that later. Alright, so this is highlighted in red, so I know I can edit this. So I'm going to just go ahead and move that over a bit. Let's just go ahead and see what we have in this video here. I'm going to mute music right now just because that's annoying. Alright, so you see here's our guy running, and he's on a green screen, so that we'll be able to chroma key that green screen out. I'll do that here in a minute. And we have this guy just running and running and running in a nice loop there. Well, okay, maybe not a loop. I guess he's doing what's he doing here? I haven't watched this video yet, so I'm not sure what all's happening in the video. Okay, maybe it is a loop at this point. I don't know. Alright, well, we probably won't use all of that footage, but we definitely want to get rid of the footage in the beginning here. So, boom. Alright, now I can just click these up and down arrows to go 1 millisecond or whatever it is, 1 frame, I should say, at a time, to see exactly where I want to cut my video and get rid of that little bit in the beginning. Okay, here we are. So, okay, so that's where the video starts. So what I'll do now is I'll just go ahead and click on my track. I'm going to hit the S key on my keyboard. And what that does is it creates a split in the video track. Right here. So now I could grab this chunk of the track, just hit the delete key, and that deletes that. Now I could grab this and drag this to the beginning, or easier, just right click on the empty space and click remove. Boom, there we are. By the way, I don't want the audio that's in this track, so I'm going to detach audio. Okay, and then that audio track dropped down all the way to the bottom here. We're just going to go ahead and right click on that, and we're going to remove that track. There we go. Alright. I can use these keys up here to quickly navigate this time slider here, or whatever you call that line, that progress bar. I'll just click that to skip all the way to the back, to the beginning of whichever track that it's currently over. So if I had a bunch of splits, every time I click this or this, it'll jump to the beginning or end of the next split. Alright, so we have our 3 basic elements. We have our audio, we have our background, and we have our main video. Now, the filters is where the magic happens. Now, I need to click on the video that I intend to add filters to. And we're going to click on our filters tab right here. And I'm going to click the plus button to add a filter to the selected track. we want to make sure that we're in video, though favorite will sometimes show, if you use a lot of the same ones or favorite them, they'll be all collected there. I suppose I could organize it better, so the ones I usually use will just be over here, so I could save time. But for now, since I don't have that set up, we'll just go manual with this. So I go to the video tab, and now I could search in the search bar for what I want. I want to find the Chroma key filter, and you see as I start to type it, these different ones come up. We're just going to go simple because I have no clue how to really fully utilize the more advanced version of this. So here we have it. The Chroma key automatically gets rid of your green screen. Now, if he was on a different color background, like a purple background or a blue or yellow or what have you, then you could click this little eyedropper and then just hover over the color that you want to be the chroma color, or the key color, I should say, and you click that, and then it will go. Sometimes, even though Chroma key will automatically choose this green and get rid of it like it did here, it's a good idea to do the dropper anyway in case the green screen on your video is a slightly different color from what the stock green is in this filter. Now, you might still see a little bit of the green outline, so in order to correct that, you can kind of move this slider a bit. But if you move it too far, you see he becomes a ghost. He starts to become transparent. So you want to find exactly the balance point where you can't see through him at all, but you don't see any of the green aura around him either. Unless you like that green aura, but I'm going to try to go as realistic as we can. Alright, I think that looks pretty good for this video. Alright, and maybe we'll just choose an ending point. I think I'll choose my ending point based on the music. So let's see. Let's see what we have here. Oh, that's right, I have it muted. Uh-oh. Where's my music? Oh, there it is, okay. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. We'll resume from there. What I just now noticed that was where our green screen video looped back to the beginning again. So we'll stop it. I think we'll stop the video after he throws his jacket on. Okay, so right about there. Let's go back a few frames. Okay, and make sure we have the Running Man track selected. I'll hit the S button, and make sure the part I want to get rid of is selected, and then hit the delete key. Oh, by the way, quick tip, this program can crash, and does, so it's a good idea to, just every now and then, or every time you do some little thing, just hit Control and S to save the project. Sometimes it'll do weird things that you can't really undo. Have some strange glitches, and then when that happens, you're kind of up the creek if you haven't already saved it, with everything as it should be. So just save often, just save like you're obsessive compulsive about saving. You will thank me for it later. Okay, now as you notice, we have our guy running back here in the timeline with our nice fiery background, but then there's no more background. So what we can do down here, I'm going to go ahead and click on the bit of that background we have on that track. I'm going to hit Control-C to copy that. Now, as I said earlier, you can just skip to the cut points. So I'm going to hit this to skip to the next cut point, and then I'm going to hit Control V to paste that. Now I don't know if this video is going to loop perfectly. You know, we can take a look to see how that looks. It might have a bit of a jump. I don't know, that looked pretty good. It's hard to tell because the playback is a little bit laggy. But I think that looked pretty good. So I think we'll go with that. So I'll just keep pasting. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'll just keep pasting until we're relatively even. Okay, yeah, that's good. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and jump back to the end of this track. And we're going to go ahead and split our background video and delete that extra little bit there. Remember, hit the S key to split and then the delete key to get rid of that. There are other ways you could do it, but that's the way I like to do it. It's pretty quick and easy. Alright, and let's also go down to our audio track. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit S to split. And then we're going to go ahead and delete that extra little bit. Alright, so now we have a pretty good video here. We got the guy running, we have the epic music in the background. Not bad. I think that looks good. Alright, so we'll just do a couple more things. To this. So we're going to go back up to our running man. And let's add another filter. Let's do... size and position. Alright, so now with size and position selected, I can move him around, put him in different places. You could even do like keyframes to like have his video slowly move from one point to another, or like slowly get bigger, like as if he's running toward the camera. I'm not gonna go into all that right now. I'm just going to kind of zoom him in a little bit. I think that'll look better with the size of the flames, and just to kind of demonstrate some of the other features there. So there we have it. You know what? Yeah, maybe it would be fun. Let's try it. I'm going to go ahead and jump all the way to the back here. Let's go ahead and reset the position and the size. Alright. Let's go ahead and keyframe that. Alright. And now we're going to jump all the way to the end here, to like the last couple frames. Oh, we'll just the very last frame. And let's go ahead and make him like super big. Now I can come over here to this button and drop down and toggle like different zooms. That way, you know, if I have to stretch things off the screen a bit, you know, I can see what I'm doing there. Yeah, let's make his face really huge. Right there in the middle of the screen. Like his face is running straight at the camera. That'll be fun. Oh, that's going to be huge. Hopefully that's not too CPU intensive, that it's going to bog things down too much. Alright. That should work. So we have a keyframe here, and we have our original keyframe here. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to click this to toggle back to my original zoom. is running toward the camera. Not too bad. As he gets closer, you can see that our chroma key is not quite perfect. Alright, that's pretty goofy. Let's go back here. Let's go back to our let's see, to our keyframes. Make sure we're in the keyframes tab down here at the bottom versus timeline. And I don't like him. He's too low there. I think we'll just kind of have it like zoom into his body there. Yeah. Alrighty. That should work. Alright, and let's go ahead and add maybe one more thing to the mix. I'm going to go ahead and click back on the timeline tab to bring back all of our tracks and everything. And maybe if anybody has any requests for me, I could go into more depth about the keyframe stuff later. That was just a quick cheesy demo. Alright, so here's what I want to do. We're going to go ahead and add another filter. Let me zoom back in so we can see what we're doing. Let's do the plus button to add another filter. And let's go ahead and I'm going to type in fade because we want to do a fade in video. Alright. Now you see he's black right now. Now there are other ways that you could do this. Sometimes what I would do is like add another track and then just put like a solid black color. Like just an image of just a black screen and then fade that in or out. You can do that. Sometimes I find that a little bit easier. But you know, or we could just do it this way. Let's go ahead and we're on fade in video. We'll change the duration to, I don't know, we'll let the video fade in for 3 seconds. And then we can either adjust the opacity or just fade it in with black. As you can see, he's all black there. If I click this, he'll just be opaque. I'm sorry, transparent, and then gradually come in his opacity. You could do that. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for this background track right here. We're going to go ahead and add fade in. Okay, what did I say? 3 seconds. Alright. By the way, don't hit the enter key when you type stuff into these little things, because it acts a little bit glitchy. Just click off somewhere else and it'll just automatically put it in there. And we're going to go ahead and keep this one at fading in with black. I think that'll look good. Okay, so I'm not crazy about this one. Let's go back here and we'll click on fade in video. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. So it'll all fade in with black. Hopefully that'll look alright. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. That'll work. And I think you know where I'm going with this. We'll click on this track and let's add one more. And let's go ahead and do fade out video. Alright. And we'll do 3 seconds as well. Okay. I'll do the same thing down here. Now, I could potentially copy and paste the filters. The only problem is you use these buttons to do it, is it will copy every single filter that is on a track and paste every single filter. You can't just selectively copy one filter. That's kind of annoying, and it's a feature that I hope they change in the future. But for now, you know, it's still a pretty awesome program, and it gets the job done. So here's our video at the end, and fading out. The only problem is we also would like our audio to fade. Maybe we'll let the audio start right away, but we're gonna go ahead and do. Oops, let me hit the audio tab, and we're gonna go ahead and fade out audio, and we'll do it just slightly longer than. Well, no, we'll try it. We'll just keep it at 3. That's fine. That should look good. Alright, that works. So now we have our whole project put together. Everything's ready to rock and roll. So all we need to do now is export. So we're going to come down here to the export tab. And now there's a lot of stuff that we can play around with. Usually you can just leave things kind of at their default as they are. But you know, you can go to settings that are really good for YouTube. You know, if you're making a GIF animation, so on and so forth. And there's lots of advanced things that we can go in and change resolution and, you know, yada yada yada. But for today, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it at its default. That's what I usually use when I upload these videos. Or oftentimes I will. Oops. Oh no, what did I do? I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Or oftentimes I'll just, you know, click on the YouTube version down here, and that usually works pretty well. And then you can also sort of choose what you want your audio quality to be, or audio type to be. But anyway, we'll just keep it as it is for now, and when you are ready to go, you're just going to go ahead and hit export file, and then it will you know, populate a title based on what your project's name is. And I'm just going to save it to the desktop, and just click save. And then you will see over here the progress in percentages of how far along your project is in exporting. So I think I'll go ahead and pause our video for now, and I'll come back in a little while when this is done, and we'll take a look at the finished result. Okay, so here we are about 5 minutes later, and you can see the green check mark shows that our project is done. I guess it took only about 2 minutes and 47 seconds, but I stepped away and watched a little YouTube and had a little coffee, and I come back about 5 minutes later and we're done. And for a short project, that's about right. Now if you're doing longer projects, expect to have a lot longer wait time, of course. Sometimes when you look up here, it'll say that the export failed, but don't always believe that. Sometimes you can still find your exported project and it's just fine. I don't know what exactly goes wrong in those cases, or if maybe just like one frame of the video at the end didn't fully, you know, make it into the export. But usually, even when it says failed, it's still gonna be a pretty good finished product. Not always, you know. So just, you know, always check, never assume, and then try to re-export when you already have a perfectly good finished product waiting for you. So anyway, let's take a look at our finished product. Here it is right down. No, wait, is that it? Or is this it? Yeah, this is it. Here it is. I know, I have too much stuff on my desktop. My apologies. So, right, not too bad. That works pretty good. Obviously, if I wanted to be more persnickety about it, I might, come here where he zoomed in a little bit and go back over to my filters. Make sure I have that track selected, and I might play around with the Chroma key just a little bit more. Oh, but there's only so much perfection you can have with it, and the more you zoom in, the more pronounced that outline is going to be. So, you probably won't want to zoom in as much as I did if you have a green screen track like this. But hopefully this helps some of you out there. If you were wondering about how to produce effects like this and to layer multiple tracks and utilize the chroma key feature and add your audio and the fade-ins, fade-outs, and kind of splitting and editing and splicing. If anybody has any comments or questions for me, any suggestions of how to do things a little bit differently or better, I'm always open to learning things myself. And so just go ahead and leave those questions or comments down in the comment section below, and you all have a blessed day.